Hello all, welcome to our virtual lab tutorial experiment number 2. I am Vipin Pandey, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Dronachar Group of Institutions. As you can see in experiment number 2, we have to create an HTML file with different links to other pages which contains images, tables and many more things within their structure. So we'll continue by coding to experiment number 2. So we'll open our notepad again. I'm typing this HTML tag. Inside this head tag is there. After that my body section, right? So I'm saving this file in our already made directory named as virtual lab manual. I'm saving it with lab2.html, right? Now in this we'll be creating one web page having header, footer and content section. In our header section we'll be having logo and navigation links to different pages. So for that I'm using a div based structure, as I've already told you about div based structure in last experiment. So I'm creating div. I'm giving this div as class as division and id as header. Now in our web page I want 4 sections, so I'm creating 4 divs. The class of all divs are same and IDs are different. For this I'm creating links. This div is for content section and this div is for footer, right? So 4 divs are being created inside our page. Now moving to head section, we'll set the title of the page as Dronacharya. Now I am writing my internal CSS inside my style tag. So one thing I need to tell you, here we have used the concept of class and ID. So what is the difference between class and ID? So if you want to group some set of elements, some set of tags you can say here, then always use the concept of class. If you want that a particular style needs to be applied on a particular tag itself, then use the concept of ID. Now suppose here we have got 4 divs. Now if you have seen any web page, then width of each and every section, that means header section, link section, content and footer, are same. So we can use the concept of class, because if we apply width to class, it will automatically apply to all 4 sections. Now again height. suppose we have to set height of header with some pixels, links for some pixels, content for some pixels, and footer for some pixels. So we need to give different pixels to different sections. So here in this case we use the concept of id. Now how to apply this thing in our css? I am writing code for that. For class we use a dot symbol, and for id we use a hash symbol. So I am writing dot division, right, and I am writing hash header, hash links, hash content, and hash footer. So always keep in mind one thing, that don't repeat unnecessary code. Means if you are given width, then you can give width to division section only, instead of giving different widths to header, links, content, and footer. Avoid unnecessary repetition of code, right? So here if we give width colon, suppose we have given 700 px, right, and I have given border to detect my divs 1 px solid. Now if we see this thing, then right now this thing is displayed, nothing more than that. Our title is coming as Dronachar. Apart from that, nothing is being displayed from this hard bordered layout thing, right? Now we need to lay out this thing in a proper way. So how you will lay out the things, I'm gonna tell you these things. In our header section, suppose I need a height of suppose 50 px, and for our link section height of 50 px, I'm changing this height to 100. For links it is 50, and for this content section I need around 600 px, because that is the major portion. For footer section I'm taking height as 200 px, right. Now if I refresh my page, look, some sort of design is appearing here. This is our header section, this is our link section, this is our content section, and below is our footer section. Now we need to lay out it more properly. So for that, what we need to do is we have to use margin property, that it should come in center from left side of the browser and from right side of the browser. The layout should come centrally aligned, right? So for that we need to use a margin property, margin auto property, right? So we'll be using margin property in division tag, because in all divs, because we want all divs, header, content, links, and footer to be aligned centrally, right? So here in division section I am using margin property, margin left colon auto, and margin right colon auto, right. I'm saving it. Now if I refresh my page, look, the design is coming in a central center of the page, right. So now suppose if width is appearing less, so you can increase the width of header, footer and content section. So instead of giving several width to several section, we'll increase only at one page. So automatically it will reflect to all four sections. So right now we have used 700 px. I'm using to 900 px. So automatically all four sections will increase from 700 to 900 px. Look, so all the changes is reflected to all four divs, right? Now coming back to our code section, similar way we can give different background colors to different layouts. For header section we can have background color as pink. For our link section we can have background color like cyan. For our content section I'm taking it as white only, so no need to give a color because by default it is white. For footer section I want it to be a black color, so I'm using black, right? So I have given a specified color names. You can give hexadecimal codes also. How you can give hexadecimal codes? You can Google it, like HTML color picker. So HTML color picker will appear. So you can take a particular color, you can apply that color, you can just copy and paste the hexadecimal code of that color over here, and automatically that color will be applied. So I'll show you how to do this color picker thing also. Suppose right now I'm refreshing this page, so this color is also appearing. So we have given color to our header section, to our link section, to our footer section. Now if you don't want to resemble browser border over here, so you can remove it. So I can remove it by giving 0 over here. So if I refresh, look, the page is appearing in a fine way, in a perfect way. Now we'll be applying logo over here. So logo we can take of any website. So I have logo so I have logo of AKTU itself. So I'm copying this logo and I'm pasting it over here. So the name of my logo is logo pre. So I'll go to this section, my header section, and I'm using this image section, image tag, sorry, imgsrc equals to logo pre dot jpg, and right now I'm using this only. We'll set margin and width and height properties later on. First we will see that it is fitting or not. I think some mistake is done over here. We need to rectify it. Oh, this is a PNG extension. So always keep in mind that you should use a correct extension. So I'll change this extension from JPEG to PNG. Now I'm refreshing my page. Look, the logo is coming fine in a perfect way. Now I'll be using a second image which is just after this image, and the name of my logo is logo 1, right? So we can see by double clicking it, it's of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, formerly Uttar Pradesh Technical University. So we will be using this logo over here. So the name is logo 1. We can just copy the name, exact name, and again we can use image tag over here, and inside this dot we need to check again extension. That is very important for us. It's a JPEG extension, so we'll write JPEG over here, and after that we need to close our image tag, right? So if I refresh my page, it is not appearing JPEG or JPG, some extension problem again. Yeah, now it is coming fine. So what you can do, that background of this image is white and we have taken background of our section as pink. So what we can do to match this is we need to change our background from pink to white. So by default it is white. So I'm changing the background from pink to white. So for white I need to write FFF and FFF over here. So this is the hexadecimal code for white color. So if I refresh the page, look, it is coming in a perfect way, right? So our logo is being set. Now this is our link section. So now we need to create links, right? So for links I am using ULN Ally Text. So I'll move to this section. Inside this I'll use a UL tag, that is for unordered list. Inside this unordered list I'll use Ally tag. Inside this Ally tag I need anchor tag. Anchor tag is for navigation links. The syntax for that is ahref double equals to some link, and after that whatsoever thing I want to display, I want to display it as home. So this will come like this, right? So I've given this as lab2.html, right? So in similar way we can create n number of links, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we'll display it with lab 3, lab 4, lab 5 and lab 6 respectively. We need to change this thing also from home to about. After that we can have our blog sections, we can have our gallery section, we can have our contact us section, right? So if I save it, now what will happen, it is coming like this. So again what I need to do, I need to set styles over here, right? So again moving back to our code, I'll use selector as hash links space li space a. That means this is the target element. Hash link means this particular div section. Under this li and under this the child of li is a. So it will reflect to all anchor tags. So right now what you can see, this underline is coming in each and every anchor tag. So first of all we want to remove this underline. So what we will do, we will use the property text hyphen decoration, and for this we need to do is none. So if I refresh this page, this underline is removed. Right now, after this, again hash links space li, and I need to display colon inline. I refresh it. Look, this is coming in a perfect way, that what we want, right? Now we need to increase the font size and spacing between these things, these anchor tags whatsoever they are coming. So for that we can use the padding property, padding colon of 10 px. So if I am using padding colon 10 px, it will apply to all types of padding, means padding left, padding right, padding top and padding bottom. So from all sides it will give you a padding of 10 px. Look, right? Now I need to increase our font size. So for font size we can have font size colon 20 px, and if I refresh it, look, font size is also being increased. So we need to increase it more. So we can give it as 30 px. Again refreshing it. Look, so our navigation link section is also coming in a perfect way, right? So what we have done, we have created a header section, we have created a link section, we have created a content section, and we have created a footer section, right? Now this is a fixed layout which is coming centrally. Now what we need to do, nowadays responsive websites are there. Responsive websites are just like liquid layout, means whatsoever width of the browser is there, the website will open in a full-fledged form, right? So you can say if you are opening that website in mobile phone, it will automatically apply the width of a mobile phone. If you open it in a tablet, it will automatically apply the width of tablet. If you want to open it in laptop, it will apply the width of a laptop. If you want to open it on a 42-inch monitor, it will automatically apply the width of that particular 42-inch monitor, right? So what we need to do for that, automatically just a single change and whole website is now will be converted into a liquid layout, means a full width of the browser. So I will change this thing only. This I have right now I have given it as 900 pixels. So I will just change this 900 pixels to 100%. We will use a percentage form. If I refresh it, look, everything is changed, everything, right? So this is our web page, a perfect web page having header, link section, content section and footer section, right? So this is the thing which you need to do. So we have created one page. Inside this page our header section is there, link section is there, content section, you can write any of the content, whatsoever content you want to display it over here, you can use it, right? So you can use it over there. So automatically this content section will be appearing, right? So I have one video gallery over here. So we can apply this video gallery with the help of iframe. So I'll apply it. For that I need to log in into my live server. So no need to log in. I have that video gallery over here also. So these are some style sheets which we need to copy it. So we'll be discussing this later on. Right now I want to show you that how this thing can be done in our page. So I'm just copy and pasting it over here, and this is our video gallery section. I'm copying this, and this is our division section, and we need to go to content section. This is our content section, and here we are pasting that thing. Right now if I refresh it, now these images are being applied over here. I think some technical issues over there. We need to rectify it because it is a very complex gallery. So it takes usually time to rectify it. Now as you can see, this is appearing in a fine way. This video is being running in a perfect way in our web page. So we can set it, this 1 2 3 is coming, that we can rectify later on also, that is through list, because we have again used a ULLI structure here in this also, this gallery also. So we can remove it with the help of CSS. So that is not a big problem for us. So later on we can use the things, but right now for experiment number 2 it is more than enough. We have created our header section, content section, footer section, and this thing, our link section, and we have applied a video gallery also, that is also running perfectly fine, right? So thank you very much for watching this our experiment number 2 on virtual lab tutorial. So in our experiment number 3 we'll continue from this tutorial, right? Again, thanks a lot.